starting the recording now. Hope that everyone's okay with that. And I'm saying hi and welcome to everyone. Thanks for joining us for another product release webinar. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Julieta Stoyancheva, and I am the VP of Customer Success here at Pickit. And with me on the call today is Jacob, who is the tech lead at Pickit. Hi, Jacob.
Hello, everyone.
Hi. So let's start by saying a few words about Pickit. I think most of you who found your way to this webinar are already familiar with Pickit, but in case you're not, Pickit is what we call the world's simplest image platform that, as you will find out today, is undergoing a transformation to become the world's simplest image and document platform. Our service provides a way for your company to store, organize, and share your own internal company imagery, and as of this month, also document and template library as well. Our most famous product is our Office add-in, where we bring all those assets to the programs that people already use, like the Microsoft 365 Suite, PowerPoint, Word, and Microsoft Teams. And in addition, we offer a stock library of royalty-free images that are included in your subscription, which you can use to complement your company content. But let's not spend any more time explaining, since you will see the product in action very, very soon. And let's jump into why we're here. We are here to present our latest release and our newest addition to the product, the opportunity to share documents and templates to your entire organization using Pickit. Our aim has always been to make it easier for Office users to access everything they need in one place inside the programs they are already using. And we have been overwhelmed by the positive feedback on our Office add-in, which has made it possible for companies all over the globe to distribute their images and help employees stay on brand. But we have often got the question whether we offer the same type of capabilities when it comes to sharing templates or ready-made presentations or other types of documents. You, our customers, have made us aware that finding the right template is just as much of a problem as finding the right image. And we have learned a lot about the struggles that companies experience when it comes to distributing the right content. And as of this month, we can finally answer this question with a yes. Now, there is one thing to keep in mind. The documents feature is, as of today, a closed beta, and it is not generally available yet, since we are still working on some final touches and performance improvements. But if you want to be part of the beta group and get early access for your company, you can sign up and we'll activate the feature for you. Jacob, do you mind dropping the link in the chat?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. So without further ado, let me jump in and show you how this works. Today, we want to show you how you and your colleagues can use Pickit for a complete workflow when creating a presentation. So let me start by sharing my screen. Jacob, do you see my screen?
Yes, I do.
Perfect. Okay, so for the purpose of this demo, let's imagine that I am a salesperson working at a company called Contoso. Contoso is a telecom company which provides mobile and internet service to companies and individuals. So I am preparing a short deck to show to the company quarterly business review, where I will show my sales results. So let's begin by locating my company template. Those of you who already have Pickit will notice that I have a new tab in my add-in ribbon called Documents. And if I click on it, I see a collection structure that is very similar to that of images. We have a hero collection, we have some other collections. And something that we don't have here, but we can have if we want to, is free-floating documents that don't belong to any collection. Those will be shown in the bottom. And for me as an end user, it's very intuitive where my company templates are. They are in the hero collection called Company Templates 2020. So we see here that I have my Word templates in English and Swedish, and also my PowerPoint templates in English and Swedish. And for this demo, I will take my PowerPoint template in English. So when I click on it, I can see some details about it, like any description if there's any available, which country is relevant, who is the author, when it was uploaded, and some similar information. And I can also go ahead and check out some previews to see if that's what I really need. looks good. So then I can choose to whether open or download the document. I personally always choose to open it because I want to make sure that I'm working off the latest version of this template. So let's click on that and see what happens. What is supposed to happen is that Pickit is supposed to open another instance of PowerPoint with the Pickit template, or the Contoso template in that case. Open. We see that it's loading, and we see that it's loaded. Okay, let me enable editing. So now I can navigate back to my Pickit image bank, and I can find the right content to add to my slides. Let's activate the Pickit image bank. Perfect. So luckily, my company has structured our image bank so it's intuitive for me as an end user where to look for the right image. So I'm right now on the intro slide and I want a nice intro image. So naturally, I go to the intro images collection. And from then on, it's just to double click on the image that I like, and it jumps into my slide, into my placeholder. It's correctly formatted. I don't need to do much. A really convenient touch in the document section is that I can add my document collections and also single documents to my Save tab, so I can easily find them later. So if we navigate to the Save tab over here, we see that it is now separated in two subcategories. One is for images and there's another one for documents. So if we click on documents, we see that I have already followed a bunch of collections and also single documents that I often use. So I can always find them from there as well. Okay, cool. Now let's go back to my presentation and let's do another slide. So if we take this one, we see that, oh, sorry. We see that in this slide, I have a background placeholder as well as another placeholder here for graphics or charts. Let's start with the background placeholder. I have a collection called backgrounds over here that probably contains some images that could fit here. Let's see. And if we just double click, I like this one, for example, it just jumps right into my slide and creates a really nice feeling to the slide. When it comes to the chart, my company has also created this group here called graphics. And in it, there is a collection called charts. So if we access the charts collection, here my marketing manager has created all the statistics that are relevant to my presentation and has set them in the correct colors with the correct typeface, so I cannot do wrong as an end user. So for me, it's just to double click on the statistic that is relevant for me. In this case, that would be that we have 50% increase in our family package. There we go. The slide looks really, really nice now. Pickit even supports some more complicated placeholders. So if we take this one, for example, it has a gradient on it. There we go. This is a customer testimonial slide, so I might want to add an image from some of our users. So I go to the users collection and I double click on the image that I like. And it ends up exactly where it should. There's nothing I need to do as an end user. It's cropped super nicely. I don't have to do anything. Yeah, we see that I will be ready in no time with my presentation over here. But Jacob, I know that you and your team have worked really hard to redesign the whole upload experience. So it's
Yes.
as easy as possible for administrators to manage their documents. And yeah, it's normally me that does the demos here, but I was thinking since you were part of the team that actually built this, maybe you want to show how that looks and how it works for content admins?
Sure thing. Let's do it.
Let's do it. I will stop sharing so you can take over.
All right. Do you see my screen?
Yes, I do.
So as Jules mentioned before I begin, I would just like to say again that our team have worked really hard on this. Our developers and designers have created an interface that's really easy to use and will give you a high productivity. If you've signed up for a beta, you will notice the documents in the menu tab to the left with the little tag said beta. So let's jump right in. Power of demo. I'm going to try to reload one time. Sorry for that. It's a beta. There we go. So as you can see, we have divided the interface for this in 2 sections. One is the library, where you will manage all your uploaded documents, and one for distributing and previewing the add-in and the web. So let's start by uploading a document. I'm going to choose my PowerPoint here. And as Jules mentioned, this is a beta, so please be aware for any minor bugs or performance issues. 6 megabytes, gonna take a little time. There we go. So as you can see, my document has been uploaded. It's shared to none as a default, so I can manually do that later. You can also filter on your documents as uploaded. You can filter on the types. You can filter on the type of sharing. You can also search for any document, and you can expand the list to get more details to find the right document that you need to work with. This is really handy when you have 10, 20 plus documents in this list here. So let's go into editing this document that I just uploaded. First, you have to specify the details for document. I usually tend to remove the extension from the name to make it more clean. You can specify a description, but please keep this short. Just describe the document, maybe usage or anything like that. You can also specify the author of the document, and you can add some tags. And this is usual for the image as well. You can tag your images, and that will end up in search. If you have the same document that's located in different countries, let's say we have a brand guideline, one for Sweden, one for Norway, then you can specify what country that document belongs to. So let's take Sweden for an example here. All of these fields are searchable for the end user. So please be aware that if you search for demo or Contoso, you will get this document. And this is really handy to just get the right document quickly to the end user. Let's move along to the previews. For the release, we won't have automatic previews generated. We are trying to find out how to do that. But for now, you have to do it manually, but it's really easy to do. I'm going to show you right away. I'm on a Mac now, but the flow is similar on the Windows. You go to your presentation, you hit File, you hit Export, and then you select JPEG as the format. And make sure that Save Every Slide is marked and that your width is not too big. I usually tend to have 1000 pixels. That should be enough. Then hit Export. All right, now that's done, let's select the images that I just generated and upload. It's just a really quick way to get the previews in the add-in for the end user to just preview the document before they open or download it. As you can see here, my slide 1 is not the first one here, as seen here in the PowerPoint. So what you can do is just rearrange the thumbnails by grabbing it and then dragging it to the right location. It's really quick and easy to just rearrange the previews. Now for the publishing, you can add a document to a collection, but I'm not going to do that right now because I don't have any. I'm going to create the collections later. You can also specify what members to share to. You can share to all your users in your image bank, but you can also choose specific users in your image bank. We rebuilt the way that you share things to a specific member by just having a simple and nice to use search field. So I can just search for any user in my image bank and quickly just share it out to the users. All right, I think I'm ready to publish this document. Let's go. As you can see in the list here, it's been automatically updated with a flag that makes it easier for me to find the right document. It says what is shared to its specific users. Let's head over to the collection part. Let's create one collection. I'm going to call it collection A. I want the collection to be shared to all members. And I'm going to select a thumbnail for my collection. Let's go back to, I've picked out some thumbnails here from the really nice collection Jules, the wallpapers that you guys put together.
Beautiful wallpapers. Yes, it's really popular right now.
Yeah. So what we have included in this project is a really handy image editor straight into the browser. So you don't have to go to Photoshop to crop the image or resize it smaller. You can do everything in the browser. So what you can do, you can crop it, you can add some filters to the image, you can change the color, the contrasts and everything. And you can add some markups, you can do text, you can do arrows, squares and circles, etc.
This
Really
is
handy tool.
great. This is really nice. We have gotten a lot of feedback from our customers who think it's a little bit complicated to work with thumbnails on the image part. So I am really happy to see that.
Yeah, it's really great. All right, I'm happy with this thumbnail. I'm gonna select done. So you can see it straightly just uploads to the servers. And there we go. All right, my collection looks great. Let's create it. I'm gonna create 2 more collections just to show you how fast you can do this. It's a really quick system. So you just go and type collection B, want to be shared to all members. You browse for a thumbnail. And this is really my spirit animal. There we go. Looks like me.
It does look like you.
All right, I'm gonna make this black and white just to show you guys the filters. There we go. Looks good. All right, let's upload that. And create it. Let's do it one more time. Create collection. I'm gonna name this important collection. I have all my important documents in this one. And let's choose a thumbnail. There we go. I'm gonna keep it as it's just so beautiful. All right, there we go. Now, this collection I want to be pushed to the top. It's a really important collection. So what I first can do is rearrange my collections. So this will be the third to last, but if I use the rearrange, I can, this is like moving the apps in your iPhone. You just grab it and then replace it somewhere. There we go. It's now in the top. But you can also push it as a hero. And those of you that have worked with Pickit before knows the concept about hero collections. But those of you that don't, it's basically making the thumbnail super large and pushing it to the top. So the end user gets access to it immediately in the top of the add-in. I'm gonna do that easily by just pressing display as hero. There we go. You can only have one hero because we want the user to empathize the right collection, but it's easy to switch. You can just go to another collection and then display as hero and it will replace the top. Really handy. Now, I don't have any documents in these collections yet, so it's time to add documents to it. So what our designers and developers did is a really nice system that you're probably familiar with in Windows. You can just drag and drop. So if you go to your library section to the left, you can just grab your document and then drop it in the right collection. As of now, you will change the permissions of that document to the same as the collection, but we got a lot of feedback from the beta testers that they want to have specific sharing of the document inside a collection. So this will be removed. But for now, the document will inherit the same permissions as the collection. So this is just a warning for that. And there we go, it's added to the collection. And if a document is in a collection, it will display a small little icon in the table there for easy use to see if that's in a collection. So if you hover that, you can actually see all the collections it's in. So let's grab it and put it in collection A as well. You can go here and you see it. So you can easily just check for the documents and which collections they are in. And if you want to remove it from the collection, you can just click on the collection, go to the bottom here with the list, and then remove from collection. And that's done. Really easy tool. You can also preview how it looks like in the add-in and the web by hitting the preview button here. This will remove all the admin parts of this, just making it look like exactly like it is in the add-in. And you can also toggle it to look like in the web. So you can easily just check how it looks like, make it pretty, move around and design. So you never have to leave the tool to actually to get a preview. If you have a new version of this presentation, you may be going to think like, oh, then I have to do everything from the beginning again. But we built a really nice tool where you can just click on the dropdown and upload a new version. And this will replace the file, but it will keep all the metadata surrounding it. All right, that's about it. Any questions on that? I know
Great,
it's quite
yeah.
a lot of information, but it's a simple and easy tool to use.
Yeah, so first of all, I have one question. I mean, I know the answer, but I want you to say it. Is there any filtering or sorting possibilities?
Yes, there is. You can hit the toolbar here in the left for your library, where you can filter on document type and on sharing. You can also sort by clicking in the table top here, like clicking name. You can sort for the alphabetical, you can sort on the types, you can sort on the sharing.
Great. And I think if you expand the list, there was even upload date and some more information like that.
Exactly.
Perfect. Great,
Have
looks
any
good.
questions?
Yeah, there is a question in the chat here from Melina. She's saying that this new upload and curation flow for documents looks great. Thank you. The question is, can we expect a similar update to the image library curation interface too?
That's a good question. And that's exactly what I want to hear, because this is kind of rebuilding our entire view of the admin UI. So yes, this will come to images in the future. I can't promise a release date as of now, but the team is working really hard to create this kind of view for all our parts in the admin UI with these modern features.
Great, thanks, Jacob. Again, this feature is right now a closed beta, and you need to sign up in order to get access. The link is available in the chat, so you can go ahead and register right now if you want to. So Jacob, I heard that you used some new technology that is new to Pickit when you build the documents feature. So this is not
Yes.
built the same way as the image bank part. So why don't you tell us something more about how you guys went about building documents? Share some technical details.
Yeah, sure. I can probably talk all day about this, but I'm going to keep it short and summarized. We worked together with a lot of Microsoft engineers to pick out the best technologies for this project. And we're working with Microsoft Azure, which is their cloud-based architecture. And for the database, we use something called Cosmos DB, which is a secure and a really good database up in the cloud. It's replicating itself in different locations. So if a natural disaster or anything similar happens to one place, outtake, it will just move everything to the other one. So your documents are always secured in the cloud. We also use Azure storage for storage in all the documents. It's encrypted and it's super secure, so no one else can access your documents without you giving them permission. That's just a quick summary. So we built this from the ground up, as I mentioned earlier. So it's also ground up from backend technologies.
Perfect, sounds good. We have a question from Tyler. Are there any file size limits or collection size limits? How large of a file can we save and how much total storage?
No, there is no limit.
That's great. Not to the file and not to the collection, right?
Exactly. You can upload a 100 gigabyte file. It's probably going to take a long time to send it over, but you can.
Perfect. And well, will the documents feature be publicly available, is Vincenzo asking here.
Yeah, so it's in a beta right now. We're listening carefully to all the beta testers, what they like, what they don't like. I can't promise the release date as of now, but we're aiming for June, July to get this out to the public domain.
Sounds good. Okay, this is already a lot of big news, but actually the documents feature is surprisingly not the only thing that has kept us busy this month. We have introduced some more fixes and improvements to the image bank, and if I could just take a few minutes to mention some of the more notable ones, if I can take the screen sharing back here. Do you see it?
I see it now.
Perfect. So the first piece of news is that we have improved our Insights dashboard. So if we go ahead and click on it, I will show you what's new. What's new is that we have included information about the status of your image licenses to make your license management easier. So next time you access your Insights dashboard, you will notice a new tab called Image Rights, where you can get an easy overview of all the images in your image bank and their respective licenses. So if we just take a quick look, we have a preview of all the images, when they were uploaded, what their license type is, if they have any releases associated with them, which collections they belong to, as well as how many times they were inserted, since that might be relevant to the license information, when they expire, if they expire, and if there are any warnings that we need to consider. So for example, this first image here, its expiry date is approaching in less than a month. So we see that it's outlined in yellow. If we scroll a little bit further down, we can find one where the expiry date has already passed. So we have the expiry date in red, and we also have a warning that it has already expired. If we scroll further down here, we have some images that we can use forever, and they are marked green. And also we have, even further down, we have some images where the expiry date is long in the future, and they're also marked green and okay to use. This image, for example, here is of a person. So we have a model release associated with it. And I can always just click on the release and it downloads to my computer, and I can open it and preview it as I please. There we go. Right, so another thing that's convenient here is this edit button. So I can always, let me find an image that doesn't have a license. So this one has a license missing. So I can always just add a license if I see here in this view that it's missing by just pressing on edit. So I don't need to leave this view or find the image in the collection it's in. So another part that's new in this Insights dashboard is the statistics. If we go over to statistics, those are charts where we give an easy overview of how many images lack any license information. In this case, it's 35% of the images don't have any license information associated with them. And then the other chart here is about license distribution, where we can quickly get a status report of all licenses that we're using and how they are distributed. So that was that. Another piece of news is that we have introduced a new plan on Pickit. It's a free plan and it's called Pickit Starter. So the background to this is this was motivated by our offer last month or 2 months ago when COVID-19 was declared a global pandemic in the beginning of March. Then what we did was we made Pickit free for individual users until the end of April or until the end of May if you were to be a student. And we did that to help freelancers and students and other working individuals in these challenging times. And we just love how many of you found Pickit useful in your daily work and how well received that offer was. We understand that people's economy is challenged considering the current events and that not everyone can afford to become a paid subscriber right now. But for us, it's really important to be there for you and help make your presentations better. So starting on May 1st, we have introduced our new plan called Pickit Starter. And with Starter, individual users can download or insert up to 5 images each month free of charge. The count will reset with every new month, so you can come back and restock with impactful visual assets, even if your financial situation doesn't currently allow for a Pickit Pro subscription. Again, this starter plan is only available to individual users. And before I lend the stage back to you, Jacob, to find out what's coming next, I just wanted to mention that you can now share our curated collections of public images to any platform or social media you like. I can just quickly show you how you can do that. You can only do this from the public page today, so over here. If we go to public images and we take the collection that Jacob loves so much, the beautiful wallpapers.
Yes, my favorite one.
So it's as easy as just copy pasting the link, just copying this link and pasting it onto any social media that you might want to share it to. Again, right now, this only works with our public images collections. But what do you say, Jacob? Can we expect to share even company image collections anytime soon?
Yes, that's the plan for the next release. So we got a lot of feature requests from you guys where you want to be able to share a collection to external users. So that's what we're going to build. We're going to build a new permission model in our system so you can share a collection to just an email without inviting them to your image bank. And we're also going to build so you can share a collection publicly. So you can send an URL and everyone can access it if you check that box. So that's going to be the next theme. For you guys that were in the meeting the webinar last time, I mentioned that we're working on performance enhancement on our image architecture. And that is continuing for the next couple of releases. for the April release, we rebuilt the collection group, so that's much faster now to load. So look out for that. And Julietta, we have a question from the audience. Will Pickit Starter also cover the documents feature in the future?
So it will not. Pickit Starter will only allow people to download or insert up to 5 public images. It will not include the possibility to upload your own images or create your own collections, and it will not include documents.
All right.
All right. With that, I think that was everything we had to share today, right, Jacob?
Yes, that should wrap up.
So let me just open for more questions if there are any. Ask away. You can write them in the chat, or you can use the question and answer feature.
Thank you, Tyler. Great work. Keep it up.
Thank you.
Thank you, Joachim.
All right. Well, looks like we were clear, since there doesn't seem to be any more questions. If any were to arise, you can always contact us after this webinar.
Yeah.
So yeah, thanks everyone for attending, and see you on the next webinar.
Thank you, everyone.
Take care.
Bye-bye.